Hello there, my Aquarius collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness. Aquarius, you got the Knight of Cups there with the Three of Cups. Oh, Aquarius, what's up? What's up? Someone isn't single, Aquarius. So, what's up? Ooh, Aquarius. What's your favorite astrologer, Aquarius? I feel like Aquarius is doing some really fun things in astrology. Page of Cups there with the sun vibes. Those of you with regard to like a new option or a new opportunity, take your time moving forward. I feel like someone isn't single when it comes to you, so be mindful of that, Aquarius. I feel like for some of you, that's something you always need to be mindful of. Crown on that, you got the Page of Swords, there's the Nine of Swords, there's the Six of Swords, there's the Page of Wands, there's the Three of Pentacles, the World vibes, the Chariot energy, the Two of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Hangman energy. Oy, some of you getting out of stuck, stagnant sort of options or opportunities. Ooh. Damn, Aquarius, some of you, this is like a messy fucking energy. Really fucking messy. So definitely take your time with regard to options or opportunities. Over top of the Hangman and the Page of Swords is the Fool energy. There's the Hierophant vibe. And there's the Six of Pentacles. Oh, wow. Libra energy, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Virgo vibes, the Seven of Wands, the Five of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands to the Three of Swords, the Empress energy, Page of Pentacles, the Two of Cups. Damn. Some of you way too messy interpersonal relationships or partnerships here, Aquarius. What the fuck are your like options here? Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Scorpio vibe. Some of you could be having some really weird dreams or some interesting kind of like inspiration energy here. But damn. Something isn't really like, some of you with regard to like the options or the opportunities. Someone is really messy. Someone is really messy. Someone isn't single as well. So I don't know if this is like doppelganger energy. Some of you, I don't know. If someone tells you it's complicated, move on to the next option or the next opportunity. Because whatever the hell this sort of energy is, it isn't like a positive. You could definitely be having some interesting dreams. There's almost like an eeriness energy to this as well. So trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition. It feels like there's way too much water energy on this. So those of you, you got the Scorpio vibes. This is like Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. You need more like clarity when it comes to something. You know what I mean? So don't let your emotions overwhelm you. Those of you, if you got a lot of water in your astrology, watch your favorite astrologer, Western or Vedic. There's way too much of a bitter sweetness type energy on this as well. Damn, Aquarius. I feel like those of you with relationships or partnerships versus those of you that definitely pulled focus back onto yourself here. So you had some interesting choices to make. This is almost given like a Seven of Cups vibe. You're going to find a lot of things not that fulfilling. So a lot of broken promises, a lot of empty promises, and some of you, there's like no love when it comes to like a relationship or partnership. Ooh, it's going to end very cold. It's a very cold energy. It's a lot of Aries vibe on this. I don't know if you're dealing with an Aries or those of you with regard to like maybe rising moon Venus with you. Maybe your North Node, if your North Node is Aries. What's the song? Take what's yours, leave what's not. Those of you Aries or Aquarius, if you're like cross-watching, those of you wondering about that relationship or partnership, the single ones are the happy ones. The single ones are the happy ones. But there's that kind of, the Scorpio energy on that. Oh, wow, Aquarius. If you're not a religious person, you could almost be feeling a little religious or spiritual with the Fool over top of the Hierophant energy up there. Ooh, Mariah Carey energy. We belong together. Ooh, I don't think so. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Ooh, Aquarius. Hopefully you're not this messy energy. You just call out my name. That's that kind of religious vibe. So I don't know if you're not a praying person. You may be finding yourself praying, or some of you look at it like religion or philosophy from a different perspective. There's almost this energy of being spooked as well when it comes to you, Aquarius. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Some of you with regard to a toxic relationship or partnership. That's alright because I love the way you lie. Ooh. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high and you'll see me. Aquarius, take what's yours, leave what's not. I feel like those that need to pull focus back on themselves, which is basically what the Aquarius energy is, right? It's very grounded, it's very focused. While at the same time, with people with regard to like options or opportunities here, Aquarius, I don't feel like this is necessarily specific to you. I think anyone with like Aquarius, rising moon, or Venus with regard to like relationships or partnerships, this is about prioritizing. What's the smart choice? What's the right choice? Someone isn't single, so if you date people that tell you it's complicated, or with regard to like relationships or partnerships, it's way too complicated. Because I feel like there's a lot of crosswatcher energy, but the crosswatcher energy could be if you're like moon, rising, or Venus, right? Western or Vedic in the astrology here. The single ones are the happy ones. So some of you, those relationships or partnerships are not like the best sort of options or opportunities. So I feel like you're kind of stuck or stagnant and you just got to like move through the energy. So some of you getting single, some of you pulling focus back on yourself with the Aquarius energy. Especially those of you if you're cross-watching. If you're like a Scorpio that's cross-watching for an Aquarius, rising, moon, or Venus. Aquarius, your energy is all about like focusing on you. So definitely making some smarter choices. Relationships or partnerships aren't really like working out. That's like the vibe here. That's why I feel like the single ones are the happy ones. Because there's way too much of a focus on like codependency. What's your favorite astrologer, Aquarius, to see what's going on astrologically with you? Because it definitely feels more astrological. Especially if you're cross-watching for Moon, Rising, or Venus. Ace of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. You got the Moon and the Page of Cups. Yeah, you need far more clarity. The Moon in reverse, the Page of Cups, and there's the Sun back. Some of you with regard to like relationships or partnerships, now isn't the time. Pull focus back on yourself. Pull focus back on yourself. Queen of Swords, the Four of Cups. My single ones are my happy ones. There's the Ten of Cups. Creating that happiness on your own. There's the Fool vibe. The Page of Swords, the Eight of Cups. The Scorpio vibe. There with the Wheel of Fortune. Between the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups, there's the Eight of Swords. Damn, Aquarius. It almost feels like if you're like an Aquarius North Node, whatever you pay attention to, if you're like cross-watching for Moon, Rising, Venus, Western, or Vedic, it's kind of like that energy. The single ones are the happy ones. So if you're cross-watching with regard to like a relationship or partnership, the relationships or partnerships aren't very positive. It's kind of the same old vibes as well. So prioritizing yourself here. I don't feel like this is distinct just with you, Aquarius. I feel like it's just sort of the Aquarius energy. Who's prioritizing themselves with regard to options or opportunities? Ooh, so what's your favorite astrologer? Those of you, if you're like cross-watching Moon, Rising, Venus, Western, or Vedic, most definitely. Because, see, look at this. Even around the Ace of Cups, you got the Five of Swords, the Ace of Cups. They were at the Five of Wands. So relationships or partnerships aren't really the priority. Making smarter choices. Street smart and wise. Not being overwhelmed. This is kind of what's important to you with regard to options or opportunities. And making smarter choices. If there's like a religious vibe on this, you could be going through something on a spiritual level, or this is like philosophy energy. God damn, look at this. The Nine of Swords, Aquarius, the Hangman vibe, the Queen of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, Page of Wands, Eight of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands. Someone isn't single, so with regard to like options or opportunities, mindful of the sort of vibes here, Aquarius. Especially if you're stuck in that kind of Nine of Swords energy. So you've had an interesting choice to make, or some of you are going to have an interesting choice to make. Make sure somebody's single. Those of you, if you're dating and someone tells you it's complicated, move on to the next option or opportunity. So that way you don't stay stuck or stagnant. You need to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself here. Because damn, Aquarius, I almost feel like some of you could be stuck in that Nine of Swords. Feel like those that aren't prioritizing themselves with that Aquarius energy. Kind of switches everything up. Whatever the vibe is, it's not like happy, healthy kind of relationships or partnerships. You know what I mean? So someone isn't single. It's a messy energy. It's pull focus back on you. Those of you with a Virgo, rising moon or Venus, or a Scorpio, rising moon or Venus. Those of you that's cross-watching your Aquarius vibes. Or maybe you need to watch your favorite astrologer and see what the Aquarius energy is. Because Aquarius and Virgo, I feel like they're doing some sort of interesting like transiting vibe. But I'm not an astrologer, so watch your favorite astrologer. But that emphasis on you making smarter, healthy choices makes all the difference. Taking your time. Work, love, life vibes, Aquarius. The Hierophant energy, the Magician, the King of Wands, there with the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you could be going through something on a spiritual level. So maybe you're finding yourself focused on religion. Maybe you're praying more. You're kind of looking at things differently. Someone isn't single. So, I mean, if someone tells you it's complicated, you kind of don't need that energy in your life right now, right? The Emperor and the Empress energy definitely aren't happy. The Empress is in Five of Pentacles, and the Emperor is there in the Six of Swords. So some of you could be getting single, or some of you with regard to options or opportunities. Those of you with regard to, like, whatever the hell options or opportunities you do have, maybe be mindful if someone is newly single or what their sort of codependency on their exes are. Yeah, my singles are my happy ones because they kind of prioritize things. Those of you with the cross-watching vibe with the Aquarius energy. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. Aquarius. Ooh. So this is kind of a broader viewpoint, Aquarius. Take what's yours and leave what's not. Definitely an emphasis on you with regard to options or opportunities. Take your time. You need far more clarity. My singles are my happy ones, but it's like those that are just prioritizing themselves, which is kind of what your energy is about, Aquarius. Not being overwhelmed. Especially if you're like cross-watching, or some of you cross-watch your moon rising Venus. Some of you pay attention to what the Aquarius vibe is. Some of you with your moon nodes could be switching up. That could be making a difference. I don't know. Whenever you pull focus back on yourself, that's always a positive. So you're not overwhelmed. Yeah, some of you, now's not the time. So maybe with regard to a dating, relationship, or partnership. Sitting on the dock of the bay, just watching the tide roll away. Oh, I don't know. I love your energy, Aquarius, but it's, I don't know. Yeah, make smarter choices. Get the clarity that you need with regard to decision making. Some of you Aquariuses always get like the satellite vibes with you. Some of you, now's the time for you to just kind of focus on yourself so you're not overwhelmed. This is like you take the temp job because, you know, it just takes time. It just allows you to just sort of do your thing. Especially if you're feeling undecided. Especially if you're feeling undecided, I feel like you need more clarity with your decision making. So this is kind of stay grounded, stay focused, so that way you're not overwhelmed. Which is kind of what the Aquarius energy is all about. So you either gonna have some interesting options, some interesting choices, or some of you with regard to like options or opportunities. Someone isn't single. Some of you, someone doesn't have a silent partner. So if someone tells you it's complicated, move on to the next option or opportunity. The Emperor, the Empress energy there. The Emperor, the Empress energy isn't like, this isn't like a happy vibe. The Empress is in Five of Pentacles and the Emperor is Six of Swords. And that's not a very positive situationship, whatever the hell that is. Again, work, love, life vibes. Prioritizing yourself. I know y'all don't like it when someone says the single ones are the happy ones, but if you're focused on yourself, you take the time that you need. Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, there to the Nine of Cups. So the only one you're keeping stuck or stagnant with this decision making is yourself. So with regard to options or opportunities, prioritizing. Not particular to you. I feel like it's just that Aquarius energy and how Aquarius is kind of affecting the astrology of things. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. And however you view the Hierophant vibe. Some of you, this could be a religious, kind of a spiritual energy with you. It's kind of your energy, but it feels like a very generic vibe. So just take your time with regard to options or opportunities. Mindful of messy partnerships. Those of you, if you're dating, someone tells you it's complicated, go on to the next. Kind of like the simplicity of that. Those of you, if you're Scorpio and you're cross-watching for like an Aquarius rising or Aquarius moon, trust on like the instincts and the intuition. Aquarius, I feel like some of you would get more clarity if you pay attention to the astrology, especially if you're not quite sure what that Aquarius vibe is about. Because the Aquarius and the Virgo energy are kind of there. It's like an interesting sort of energy, which I think is rather fun. Good luck, God bless, peace, love, and light. It's a very generic vibe. So whatever kind of the options or the opportunities are, it's kind of like generic energy. So stay focused on yourself. Trust the options, trust the opportunities. Those of you that choose to kind of focus on yourself here so you're not overwhelmed. It makes all the difference. Hopefully you're not in the Nine of Swords. So Lord have mercy, Aquarius. Make smart choices. Make smart choices. Good luck, God bless, peace, love, and light. My single ones are the happy ones. Or if you're in a relationship or partnership and the relationship or partnership is like good, you feel happy in that energy, it's kind of like new options or new opportunities. Although I feel like you're single. I feel like you're single. Peace, love, and light. Good luck. God bless.